Millennials podcast, where we're looking to light up your week, day.
We're gonna light up your socks, everybody.
We're gonna light up your night.
Wow, that was just a solid intro.
Do you know why we're gonna light up the night?
Because social media.
No.
So,
because you're a shining
so
star.
I just like to cut you off there. There's a lot of passive-aggressive energy coming into this episode.
I feel like it's one-sided, because I'm chill.
No, you play that card so much. When you're being like a passive-aggressive Lily BB boy.
I'm fine.
And then you hit me with, no, I'm fine. I'm chilled. You're the... What?
I am.
Okay, listeners. You know Bailey, most of you. All of you, some would say. He does this. I don't know how close you need to be with him to realize that he does this. He's pretending that he's falling asleep right now, which is a very passive-aggressive Lily BB thing to do. So you should keep that in mind. So social media, Bailey.
Yeah, I'm skipping out on the Twitter, and y'all will see why in approximately 2 days. Oh, well, actually, this episode's not going up till Monday. Yeah, so that works. 2 days. You'll see why. Probably earlier, because I'm really excited. And
You better not have made another account.
No, that's too much to keep up with. So it's Not Quite Millennials on Instagram, and then you can listen in on our YouTube mainly, and then occasionally on SoundCloud, iTunes, probably Catbox, considering they probably are still stealing it.
Yeah, I guess I'm okay with not giving them any promotion.
I heard we could get on iHeartRadio.
Yeah, it's probably not that hard, if I'm being honest.
We're going to try that next. I think expansion is the key across all platforms.
And therefore, the forced removal of Native Americans from their homeland is okay.
Or something like that.
Because late 19th century expansionist policies led to this great nation of ours we have here.
Not wrong.
White man's burden? So yes, there's a lot of passive-aggressive energy. If you can't tell, can you feel it?
Can you feel
What's Timon and Pumbaa's part? I'm Timon, right?
I don't know which one is which. Let me take a guess.
Timon's
Pumbaa is the one that's like the big one, right?
Yes.
Yes.
It's not a guess. Like, you know this. You've seen the movie.
I haven't. I've only seen part of it.
Well, that's your fault.
I mean, I'm okay with it, so.
You do that about a lot of movies. And speaking of...
I don't think movies are necessary to see.
It's a cultural touchstone.
I don't think
The Lion King is to the 90s as Back to the Future is to the 80s. Oh my god, that was the smoothest transition of all time. Did you feel it? You didn't, because it was that smooth. So, Bailey, I think I might have brought this up last episode. You just listened to it, so can you confirm?
I don't think so.
Okay, so he's this weird...
Maybe, I don't know. Sorry.
Aversion to Back to the Future.
I just don't feel the need to see it.
Yeah, no, it's not about need. It's that you feel quite the opposite. You feel that you need to not watch it.
Yeah, like with Frozen. It's the same thing with Frozen.
Frozen, 20 years removed, you'll have, like, kids are going to be like, you're not a 2010s kid if you don't remember this movie.
I'm very okay with that, though. I just don't get the whole, like,
why you
having
watch
to
Back
see
to
a
the Future?
movie.
It's not like... Okay, so I see where you're coming from. You're wrong, but I see where you're coming from.
I don't appreciate you saying that.
Well, I'm giving you concession while also still making my point. That's how conversations work.
I just no. You can't just be like, you're wrong.
Well, that's what you're doing to me.
No.
You were about to say, I disagree, but then you went, no. That's exactly what just happened.
I do disagree. I don't think that you could just be like, you're wrong.
See, what he did was he made his point, but didn't give any concessions. So he's not working to come to
a concession isn't saying, I see where you're coming from, but you're wrong.
It is.
It's not.
It is. I see where you're coming from, so we can at least get on the same basis.
I disagree.
Guys.
Okay, what's your reasoning behind needing to see a movie?
You don't need to see a movie. You should, because it's a really good movie.
But I just don't want to.
But you don't want to see the movie because people have told you that you need to see the movie.
No, I just don't. Literally, I just don't feel the need to see it. And I've made it
That's a different thing. We're talking about different things. You're talking about the need to see it, which stems from people saying you need to see this movie. Correct?
Yeah, pretty much. And also
I'm saying that you should see it because it's a very good movie and you'll have enjoyment, as you should feel when watching good movies.
Right, okay.
Thank you.
So,
okay, did you just say yes, I agree with the point you just made?
I understand what you're saying.
Do you agree with the point I made, at least there? Because that had nothing to do with the movie specifically.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. You should see a movie because it's good. I understand what you're saying.
But the previous thing where I said this is debate hour, everybody, have fun.
Apparently.
I think the comments are going to agree with me. Don't want to brag. Comment down below if you agree with Kolby. Even if he's being a little aggressive BB boy. So here's the thing. Do you agree with the point that your aversion to seeing this movie is because people have shoved it in your face?
I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you. I don't think I'm super against it. I mean, I guess I am. But
yeah, that's why we're having this conversation.
I honestly couldn't tell you. I just don't really feel the purpose of seeing it.
Sometimes
it just doesn't interest me. You can just
watch a movie to watch a movie, you know?
Yeah, but I don't, that's, I guess, where we differ. I don't really just want to go...
You don't want to watch a movie to watch a movie?
I don't want to spend 2 hours if I'm really not going to invested, at all. I guess that's where I'm coming from.
Why wouldn't you be invested at all?
Because it doesn't, cater to me. I don't know.
What do you mean cater to you?
I just don't care about it. There's tons of movies that go by every year.
What about it do you not care?
I just, don't care. Time travel, okay.
See, that's one of the problems. Is that's the only thing you know about it. Is just time travel, right?
It just doesn't. It's
you're probably thinking it's some gross sci-fi thing.
No, it's just another 80s movies that I just don't feel the purpose of seeing. Going to see.
Okay, so I think this is still stemming from people shoving it in your face because the 80s is such shoved down our throats.
No, because
see, I lubricate up my gullet and swallow that sword like a champion. But you're clenching down.
I like the Goonies. I like the Gremlins.
Those both came out in the same year.
I know, but what I'm saying is, so I'm not opposed to 80s movies.
Steven Spielberg.
But I've never felt I wanted to go and watch Back to the Future. If it was on TV, I probably wouldn't watch it, even if it's free, because I just don't have any desire to view it.
But did you have a desire to watch Goonies before you saw it?
Yeah.
When did you see Goonies for the first time?
When I was young.
Okay, so...
5. I got it for Christmas. I was ooh, Santa wants me to watch this, so I'm gonna watch.
Well, you can just call me Daddy Santa and trust that I have very good taste in movies.
Nah, I just...
Do you not... Do you guys just hear how he insulted my taste in movies?
I mean, you're a fan of Captain America.
What do you mean?
So...
the first Captain America?
Just the person as a whole.
I never said I was a fan of the character. As a character, he's not that interesting. I just think pretty much all 3 of the movies that he's led in.
Different debate, different opinions.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're the one who brought it up, so... So, guys, I'd just like you to welcome to the podcast. If this is your first time, which it's almost certainly not, what if this was someone's first time and it's movie fights?
It's usually not a fight, although if we come prepared, we should have a debate. What's something that we disagree on wholeheartedly?
I know that you're very much pro-life.
What? No. Oh.
I know that you very much do not believe in the Lindsay Lohan Parent Trap conspiracy.
All right, you gotta hit me with...
Whereas I do.
You gotta hit me with what that is.
As if you know what's happening.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, so the Lindsay Lohan twin-spiracy is that there actually were Lohan twins.
Oh, is this one of them killed themselves?
No, one died in a car crash or something, or Disney killed them off, so they would have to pay them less. That's a dumb part of the theory. So basically, the effects in Parent Trap
are not effects.
Aren't effects. It looks too good. Green screens in the 90s couldn't do that. You couldn't do that with one person to make it look that good. You just couldn't.
So you're saying you are a proponent of this theory?
I very much believe. I don't at all, but I think it's very fun and interesting.
It's like the Avril Lavigne theory.
Avril Lavigne's been dead for 10 years.
She got taken over by some other girl who's just been posing as her.
There's some, like, Avril Lavigne and Britney are, like, the same. Okay, so guys, I have a proposition. It's kind of an extension of Listener Appreciation Station.
True.
No. we're not entering the station, we're just referencing it. We're looking at it on a map.
So it would be like, true.
You know how when you look at a map and then...
That was the train going by on the map.
Oh, I hate that.
Like, you're at the station, you look down at the map.
This guy probably hasn't even seen Indiana Jones.
I have seen one of them.
Which one? The one in India?
The one where someone gets eaten by red ants.
No, guys, he's seen Crystal Skull.
And the one where there's a big boulder. I think the first one.
I think you might have just seen references to that first one. That is Raiders of the Lost Ark.
I don't know.
One of the best movies ever made.
That one I haven't seen since I was young. I did see the ant one pretty recently. Didn't like it, but...
Yeah, it's garbage. It was the one made like 30 years after the rest of them came out.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's the thing, everybody.
Wait. So what if I hadn't seen it, though? What does that have to do with anything?
You really want to continue this argument.
I do.
I'm trying to steer this away. You noticed how, like, when you said, well, what's a thing we can fight on? I steered it away.
But, like...
And now you're bringing it back.
No, I am,
You're bringing
because
this
I just,
broken ship
okay,
back
fine.
into the rocks.
I will
now.
end it. I just want to say that I completely disagree with your point.
What?
Of, like,
There's some
going and see a
cultural
movie just to see a
touchstones.
movie.
What? You disagree with the point of going to see a movie to see a movie?
Just to see a movie with no
It's not
other
to
purpose.
see, like, just some movie. We're not watching Ouija Origin of Evil.
Okay, I would like to see that movie though, because
that's your taste, and I'm not gonna roast you for that. I'll just roast people in general who think the Ouija films are good at all.
I like the first one, so why wouldn't I wanna not see one that?
Well, I disagree with your point that you're just going to see a movie to see a movie.
That's not though. There's a reason. I like the exact or something from the same
Okay,
product.
here's the reason to watch Back to the Future. It is widely held as one of the best movies of all time.
Okay.
Therefore, that is a mark of quality, a pretty clear mark of quality. Okay, guys, he's making a wincing face as if to say, but is it really, though?
I mean...
It is. If enough people think a movie's amazing, it probably is. After, like, 30 years... If people are still showing
so
things
then you
in
are
a movie
saying,
theater...
So you're saying that
let me tell you something. If
Can I
Ouija
ask you
Origin
something?
of Evil was...
I'm sure it could become a cult classic, but can I ask you something? Since you're pulling out these whole 30-year greatest movie of all time, isn't that the same as people saying, oh, you should go see it because it's a great movie? What you were saying you weren't saying earlier?
Different thing.
How is that different?
You're saying you need to see this movie because it is what it is.
That's what you just said.
I'm saying if enough people like it after, like, these people aren't saying, Bailey, you need to see this. It's important. You're seeing it because it's a good enough movie to have this recognition and the, like, even, you know what, even take out the opinions of people if you want to take that out. If it's still getting recognition after 33 years... You know how many of those that's 2 of your lifetimes, Bailey. Mm-hmm. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. You understand me?
But that's not that long in the grand text of time.
In the grand text of movies, that's like a third of the time movies have been around. You know? I think he's been hit with that.
No, I still disagree.
Okay, you said you disagree with the... This has been 15 minutes of us just...
I don't think we're going to agree, so whatever.
Well, no, okay, I want to work this out a bit. This little last iron in a very wrinkly shirt. I'm going to let the rest of the wrinkles go, but this little...
At the end of the day,
wrinkle.
it doesn't really matter, because I'm still seeing the movie. And...
No, but this matters for future movies, because you're best pals with a person who is movies are their thing. You can acknowledge that, correct?
Yeah.
That movies are my thing.
But you know movies aren't, like, my number one thing.
But it's...
Like, I don't mind seeing a movie if I have interest. But I just don't
Are
have
you interested
interest.
in good things? would be my question.
I just do not have a desire to see Back to the Future. So therefore, unless
But that's not the point that's being made right now. Fine, you have no desire to watch Back to the Future. I'm not saying that you have to, you need to. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying right now is you said to me before that you don't agree on the point that you should just see a movie to see a movie.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I think it's a waste of time.
What do you mean?
If you just turn on the TV and you put on any old movie and you're like, yeah, I'll watch this just because, that's a waste of time.
Okay, so maybe we're thinking of this differently. I'm not saying you should watch, like, Wanted just because it's on TV. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying just any old movie.
You said just watch a movie to watch a movie.
You're using a movie as in, like... I was referring to that saying, oh, a movie that I don't have interest in. Like how you were saying, I'm not going to see a movie.
Yeah.
Unless, like, I'm saying that you don't need to have all this, like, tied up stuff in there.
Like what?
Like saying, oh, I have to be interested in the concept to see a movie.
Okay, so give an example.
Ouija Origin of Evil.
Alright.
So, for me, I'm very much a fan of the concept of just watching a movie to watch a movie.
I'm not.
But I look at Ouija Okay, but that's not the point right now. The point is that I'm not going to go see Ouija Origin of Evil. Because I specifically am like, ooh, gross. But as I did the other day, a couple weeks ago, I saw, oh, hey, Three Identical Strangers. That looks kind of neat. And I wanted to go see a movie. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll go watch that. And I had a good time watching that movie.
See, I think that's the difference. Because you are like, I want to see a movie. So you're looking for one that you would like to enjoy and maybe have an interest in. Me personally...
Well, but there was no picky factor to that.
Right.
It was basically what is on at this time, I'll go see a movie.
I guess what my thing is, my go-to pastime wouldn't be, I want to see what movies are out that I have, like, some interest in and go see if anything.
Well, see, we're still on a different page, because I'm not saying that I have to explicitly be interested in
Well, you
this.
said that the whatever movie that was, you said that it looks like you might like it. So you did have
just
some
out of a
in it.
list of like 2, but it wasn't something where I was like, I'm ready for Ouija Origin of Evil, you know?
See, but that's me. I would have to do that if I really was like, yeah, I want to go see this movie.
So that's where you're wrong. I'm not disagreeing that you are like that. You very much are.
Why is that wrong?
Because you can't be so picky about life.
It's not life, though. It's just movies. I don't think movies are a necessary
You're
part
describing
of
it
life.
as you said you don't want to waste 2 hours of your time, so it's like a time thing,
because
right?
movies...
So you can't be super picky about every bit of time you spend in your life.
It's not just the time. It's more just, like, what you're doing. Because if you don't like something and you're stuck with it for 2.5 hours...
So your base level for movies is not liking it?
It's not like I'm saying it's a waste of time, which it kind of is, but that's not my main point. It's just during that time... I can think of many other things that you would be doing instead of that. If I don't like the movie and I have to sit there for 2 hours and watch something that I'm not...
But you're presuming that you're already not going to like the movie.
Well, yes. That's the part of my point, though.
But why you're having this like base assumption?
I'm not talking about Back to the Future. I'm just talking in general.
So you think generally, if you just went into the theater and watched a movie, you wouldn't like it?
Yeah, if I didn't know anything about it.
Why do you need to know things about it?
Because that's just who I am. I like to know stuff before going in. I don't like just jumping in blind.
I mean, I do too, but I'm able to... I don't need to...
It's the same thing with reading. Like, with picking a summer reading book, I wouldn't just go out and pick any random book. And I don't think you would either. You need to know something about it.
You can read the blurb, and that's the same as watching the trailer.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't go into a movie blind.
Okay, yeah. That's not the argument right now.
Well, you said if you just go to the movie theater, you're saying you're automatically not going to like it.
See a movie, you can watch the trailer, you can be like, wow, that seems interesting. I'd like to go see this movie.
Yeah.
It can even be that particular movie. But I don't think that you have to hold, like, the idea of a movie up to such a standard where, like, if I'm not hyped on this, I'm not going to go see it.
Well, that's just my opinion.
So you agree with if I'm not hyped on this, I'm not going to go see it?
Yeah, that's how I look at movies. Unless someone really wants to go see it and they want me to go with them, then no, I'm probably not if I'm not interested. I don't have to be like really hyped, but like...
If using the transitive property, you're saying that movie equals 2 hours of your time.
Yes.
Movie equals if I'm not hyped on it, then I'm not going to go see it. Yeah. Therefore, if I'm not hyped about spending 2 hours of my life, I'm not going to
Well, that. No, because say I'm not doing anything. Say I'm just like playing on my phone or something.
Tonight?
I don't, nothing.
Playing on your phone, right?
Say that. Say if I was. If I go into Back to the Future and I'm hating it, just say I did. Well, I don't know if I'm going to. Go. I might not. I might like it. Whatever. But if I hate it...
And I'm saying... What I was saying about Back to the Future, if we want to make it more specific, because at this point we're just talking about ideology, and I think your ideology is wrong. Well, I think...
See, I think your ideology is wrong.
See? There you go.
But that's okay. So we at the base, we can't disagree about that.
So we have to be more specific if this is going to result in anything, because we've been talking... This is a long edition. Maybe I'll release this unedited, essentially, and then we'll do like an actual episode.
Okay, sounds good. That'll cover us for 2 weeks too.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay.
So more specifically about Back to the Future, I was saying that it's a mark of quality if it's this big cultural touchstone and people love it. Even if people are saying you need to see this movie,
but just because something's like a cultural touchstone, if you will, doesn't mean it's good. Like Wizard of Oz, everyone says cultural touchstone. So many people in my family hate it. Like I like it, but no one watches it with me because they all hate it. Doesn't mean just because it appeals to a lot of people doesn't mean that's a good movie.
But generally, the trend line is very much towards good movies.
Yeah, but
you can find outliers anywhere. Like I could say, Lion King, it's just a Hamlet ripoff.
So do you think
actually it's just a Hamlet ripoff? So maybe you shouldn't like it.
Do you think that I should see Lion King?
Yeah, I think you would have And I'm not saying I think you should see Lion King so you get references. That's not where I'm coming from. I'm saying I think you should see Lion King because you would get enjoyment out of it. And that's where I come from with movies, whereas I think where you're coming from is I don't get enjoyment out of movies unless it's a very specific situation.
Yes, and I think that's where the difference is.
Well, yeah, we can both agree on, these are where our
I feel like where you
lie.
come from, you can appreciate a movie on different levels. Like, you can appreciate the story, you can appreciate what went into it. Me, I'm just going to watch a movie and
I can
take in what's
do both,
seen to me.
I can...
And that's the difference, though. Like, you could appreciate The Lion King on a bunch of different aspects. I would only be watching it as this cartoon about this kid comes back to be trying, jerk uncle, trying to take him back,
But that's not how movies work. Movies aren't plot lines. Movies are everything.
Movies are plot lines.
A plot line is one part of a movie.
Yeah.
Visual style is part of it. Character development is.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm not looking at a movie and I'm thinking,
saying, wow, this looks beautiful. You don't do that?
No.
Really?
No.
So you wouldn't see The Lion King and say, wow, this is beautiful hand-drawn animation.
No, I would not see it like that.
Really?
No. And maybe that's ignorance because I'm growing up when there's 3D animation.
I mean, I'm sure it's partially I think.
But I wouldn't look at Snow White or The Lion King and be like, wow, look at, or The Little Mermaid and appreciate all the bubbles that they had to draw that took so many years to get. I wouldn't be like, wow.
Well, that's just one small part of it. It's puzzle pieces, That's about it. Example. It's ingredients. If you don't put the gosh dang sugar in the cake, it's not going to taste very good. But you're just looking at the cake. You're not even tasting the cake. Maybe you're licking the cake. Maybe you've got a slice of cake and you're just scraping some frosting off and licking it off a spoon.
Yeah, okay. I can agree with that if you consider that what viewing a movie without looking at all the other parts is,
but what I'm saying is I think a lot of people are like you. The majority of people are like you. They're just tasting the frosting a little bit, BB boy.
Frosting's nasty, by the way.
Yeah, it's because you're not appreciating the ingredients that went into that frosting.
You can agree that frosting is disgusting.
When combined, I prefer cake, but like
frosting.
When combined with bad cake, it can make it all just meh. Can we agree on that?
No.
Okay.
No. If I had
if it's normal frosting and bad cake,
no.
if you eat it together, it's gonna be meh.
It's gonna be really bad.
But meh.
For me, I would hate that because if it's bad cake.
Para mí.
I don't like if it was vanilla cake with regular frosting, like disgusting to me. Just nasty. Okay. And that's just me. That's how I look at movies.
That's just who. Okay, so what I'm saying is, I think the general public are a lot like you, in the sense that they're not appreciating what went into a movie. They're watching Ouija: Origin of Evil, and they're thinking of it on the same level as The Lion King or Cinematic. They're thinking of it on the same level as gosh dang Citizen Kane.
Okay, and so what you're going to say is that all these people like Back to the Future, so therefore, since I'm seeing it the same way,
yes,
is that what you're getting at? Okay.
I'm not saying that's a 100%, because there have been movies that I think were really good, and you didn't like them, and vice versa.
I see what you're saying, but if I went to go see Ouija, I'm going
I like how we're just roasting Ouija Origin.
I'm going to see that because I want to get a jump scare, right? That's what I want to get out of that movie. I don't want to go for like this amazing, super like high production movie. I'm going because I want to get scared.
You want to get spooked for a second and then be fine.
Yeah, I want to laugh and be like, oh, haha, that was big funny. What am I
big
going?
Funny, and my heart rate went
What am
up
I going
bit.
to see Back to the Future for?
Enjoyment.
What? From where? Because like Ouija, I'd go for the spookiness. A Melissa McCarthy movie, even if everyone hates it.
It's funny because she's fat. Haha,
yeah.
Jumped on a car.
She fell off her scooter.
She got hit by a car. That's mad funny.
She got shot.
I'm
gonna laugh. That's what I'm going to see that movie for, a dumb laugh.
So what's objectively different between... Because I don't want to spoil the movie for you, so this is kind of where I have to dance around it. And it's weird saying that about a movie that's 33 years old. Yeah. But...
To be fair, I do know nothing about it.
What is objectively different between Big Spook, Big Fat, and
those I feel like
fun?
are specifics. Like,
okay, name a movie that isn't a very specific, like, genre film that you've seen and liked. There's presumably a couple. Do you only watch jump scare movies and Melissa McCarthy getting hit by cars?
Yeah, pretty much. I watch a couple.
That is insane.
I watch action movies and movies that you make me watch.
Okay, you've seen Marvel movies. I've made you seen Marvel movies.
Yeah, which I don't like, although I do like the newer
Guardians
ones.
of the Galaxy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What did you like about it?
Okay.
On the base level that you see movies.
Guardians of the Galaxy, it was funny, and I liked the...
And fun.
Yeah.
Right? It's the same
but I like the visuals, too.
Back to the Future is a very well-directed movie. Robert Zemeckis knows how to compose a scene.
But, like, with Guardians, it has that today technology where it can just, like, poof, put it on the screen. Back to the Future, I feel like they kind of have to cheat more. And I'm not saying practical effects aren't good, because, like, I've seen Star Wars, and those are amazing. But it's just, like, I have more confidence, I guess, in going to see Guardians than I do in going to see Back to the Future.
Confidence in what sense? That, like, you're gonna like the way it looks, or just in general?
It's
that
just
you're
like visually pleasing. Like Star Wars, the new one, I didn't necessarily like. I liked it as a movie, but looking at that, you can just get visually pleased.
And it's the same with Back to the Future. Do you like any movies that are just like people?
No.
Cool. So you're gonna do the social media, and I'm gonna go shut the window in my car.
Okay. You want me to shut this one?
No, it's fine. I don't think it has much.
Okay. Alrighty, guys. So the social media is Not Quite Millennials on Instagram, and we're also on YouTube, iTunes, SoundCloud, and the whole cat in the box of other ones. Now that he's outside, we can bring back Animal High School. Woo! And you know what makes a woo noise? An owl. I can't remember who I said an owl would be, but it might as well be Harry Potter, because he has an owl, right? So, Harry Potter in Animal High School, he'd, I feel like if he was an owl in Animal High School, he would be, like, casting some spells, turning, like, toad. Say you got forced to be a toad in Animal High School. I feel like Harry Potter the owl would be the person you would go to be like, hey, I'm a toad. I don't want to be a toad. Can you make me not a toad? And then he would use his magic to turn you from like a toad to like a majestic eagle or something. And that's what I feel like he would be there for. He would be like the one everybody would go to. So if you don't want to be a toad, just go to Harry Potter as an owl and he'll turn you into an eagle. And that's really all I have to say. Bye, guys.